Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Thursday, January 25th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. You know what to do. Get yourself a Fade to Black T-shirt. Help support the show, everything that we do around here. The links are below. 2 shirts, 2 ways to get them. Everything is signed. Everything includes shipping. Links are below. What an amazing week on Fade to Black. Mary Rodwell, Whitley Strieber, William Henry, all this week. And tonight on Fade to Black, Sarah Breskman Cosme. Yeah. Tonight, exclusive video from the regression of Mr. Church, and we will be discussing all of that tonight. What happened? Well, you can also go and watch Into the Vortex over on Gaia TV and check out the video and the conversation Sarah and I had immediately after the regression that we did live in studio on camera. Tonight, Sarah Breskman Cosme. All right, let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1945, in an effort to prevent tooth decay, Grand Rapids, Michigan became the first U.S. city to add fluoride to its water system. That's right, on this day in 1945. Here's your fader fact. Check this out. Schwarzenegger's iconic line, "I'll be back," from the Terminator has made its way into 11 other movies, including Commando, The Running Man, and Total Recall. And that is your fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. An asteroid discovered earlier this month, actually last week, will reach its closest point to Earth this Saturday, January 27th, at a distance closer to us than the moon. You can watch the airplane-sized asteroid as it sails just 220,000 miles from Earth on a virtual telescope project live feed from 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. It will reach its closest point to Earth at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Astronomers first detected the up to 121-foot wide asteroid dubbed 2024 BJ last week on January 17th. Incredible. This Saturday. All right. Check this out. This takes Grand Theft Auto to a whole nother level. A 31-year-old woman who decided to take an Amish horse and buggy for a spin now finds herself in jail and facing criminal charges. A news release from the Sturgis Police Department in Michigan says the owners of the buggy and horse had parked it at a Walmart on Saturday and went inside the store to shop. When they came back outside, the horse and buggy were gone. A truck driver who was in the parking lot said to the police that he saw a woman steal the buggy. The driver was able to give a description of the suspect, and police realized they had made contact with the woman earlier in the day at the Walmart. Police did not say why they had dealt with the suspect earlier. Police later found the horse and unoccupied buggy on a nearby street. The suspect was later arrested without incident at a motel. She has been charged with larceny and larceny of livestock. Paleontologists have identified a previously unknown species of dinosaur that lived in North America just before the mass extinction event around 66 million years ago. This catastrophic event wiped out the majority of plant and animal species on Earth, including all non-avian dinosaurs, and it marked the end of the Cretaceous period. It is thought to have resulted from the impact of a giant asteroid. A team of researchers from Oklahoma State University described the new dinosaur species in a study published in the journal PLOS One. The creature likely stood roughly 3 feet tall at the hip and may have weighed between 130 and 216 pounds. Now, check this out. The new species, which has been named Ionophron infernalis, which translates to the phrase, and I'm quoting, Pharaoh's dawn chicken from hell. There you go. In an extremely unfortunate twist, Japan's smart lander for investigating moon, otherwise known as SLIM, appears to have landed on its nose, meaning it's now upside down on the lunar surface. The image snapped by its smaller companion robot called Sora Q, which was successfully ejected before the lander touched down last week, shows the tragic scene. The image also explains why Slim was had so much trouble generating power with his block solar panels, something that ultimately forced scientists to shut it down just 3 hours after touchdown. Unfortunately, the lander has no way to right itself, which means it'll likely remain there with no ability to power back on. Slim did eject 2 robots before landing. 2, which is how JAXA is getting its data and communication at the moment. And more on this as it develops. I want to find out more about these 2 robots and what they are doing. Astronomers using the NASA ESA Hubble Space Telescope observed the smallest exoplanet where water vapor has been detected in its atmosphere. At only approximately twice Earth's diameter, the planet, it's called GJ9827d, could be an example of a potential planet with water-rich atmosphere elsewhere in our galaxy. GJ9827d was discovered by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope back in 2017. It completes an orbit around a red dwarf star every 6.2 days. The star, which is called GJ9827, lies 97 light years from Earth in the constellation Pisces. This is the first time that, through an atmospheric detection, that a planet with a water-rich atmosphere has been proven to exist. Big news. And finally, I'll leave you with this. 250 years ago, after American revolutionaries dumped tea into the Boston Harbor, a fresh diplomatic storm is brewing between Britain and the United States over their cherished beverage. Britain's media has reacted with fury and bewilderment after a U.S. scientist claimed the perfect cup of tea is made with a pinch of salt. Michelle Frankel, who has written a book on the molecular science behind a good cuppa, believes the addition is needed to reduce the bitterness of the drink. But the suggestion has led to a heated response on social media from the Brits, who are notoriously possessive over their perceptions of best brewing practice. Frankel, a chemistry professor at Bryn Mawr College in Pennsylvania, defended her seemingly radical idea to the news and media, claiming, quote, "It turns out that a tiny amount of salt, not enough to even taste, blocks the perception of bitterness," end quote. All right. As transatlantic tensions reached a boiling point, the U.S. Embassy in the United Kingdom intervened to distance themselves from the seemingly extremist idea, dunking Professor right back in the water. That's right. The U.S. Embassy posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, by the way, quote, "We cannot stand idly by as such an outrageous proposal threatens the very foundation of our special relationship. We want to ensure the good people of the UK that the unthinkable notion of adding salt to Britain's national drink is not official United States policy, and it never will be," end quote. Now, only time will tell if the U.S. Embassy's response will be enough to calm the waters. In the meantime, the embassy said, and I quote, they will continue to make tea in the proper way by microwaving it, end quote. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, January 25th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Want to remind everybody tonight, Sarah Breskman Cosme will be on Fade to Black to discuss the regression of Mr. Church. I'll see you tonight, but for now, all I've got is Go Beckley Tappy.